Hello, Game for You Undertow here, and today we're going to be playing a little game called The Swabber. Now, it was an independent game created by Facepalm Games, pretty much a studio with almost, I think, about 4 people. It's rather remarkable. The reason why I originally picked up this game, it's pretty funny. I have this weird habit of buying games that remind me a lot of one of my favorite games, Super Metroid, because I just love the atmosphere that game presents and the feeling of isolation, and this title really delivers on that as well. Though the mechanics are completely different as well. So we can move around back and forth, standard stuff. There's our space station back there that we're booted off of. I don't know why. It didn't seem that bad to me. Now we just have this rock to deal with. Really pretty stalactites too. Yeah, one of my favorite things about this game is the visuals. They're just stunning with the lighting. A good game that tries to build atmosphere really needs good lighting. Games like Dead Space really prove that well.
Site 24 on planet Cori 5. All off-world transport via home teleport at base of installation. All finds property of the Sisyphus project.
Now, we can't exactly get through that door because of that pressure plate, so let's go the only way that we're allowed to. Yeah, and also in regards to the visuals, I was commenting with my friend, just how this game looks like it was made out of clay. It's really nice. It turns out it's not, and I said it's not exactly claymation, but it looks very similar to it, the textures. And it turns out all the models in this game were based around. They made clay figures and then took pictures of them and based 3D models around it. It was a really nice textile look to it. So we have this little gun around here, and with it we can create clones. Fortunately, that guy did not have a good life. But sad thing to note, you can't high-five your buddies, or else once you touch them, they disappear. There's always fun stuff you can do with them, like line dance. Just hooliganing around. So with our newly device, we can now go through the store. Alright. So for this puzzle, we have to create one clone here. And there we go. Your clones automatically respawn every time you go through a door. So don't feel bad for leaving them behind. Alright, a lot of the plot through this game is explored through text, but not all of it. This is just one of the examples, and the game has this really nice sense of mystery that you have to read all the logs through just to sort of piece it together. In regards of the text, I'll let you read it at your own pace. Excuse me. I'm going to read it at my own pace. Hold on, let's see what they're saying.
Tell me who I just ejected into space.
Oh, I think that was me. But I'm going to read at my own pace, but if you want to read it yourself, if I'm going too fast for you, which I doubt I am, you can always just pause the video. So now, with that little cube we've collected, we can now swap between our clones. This makes catch possible with ourselves. It's pretty cool. It's also a really effective way of just getting around fast, because you travel lightning fast with it. Though that being said, traveling that fast sometimes has the expense of killing off clones of yourself. I don't know how squeamish you are about seeing yourself die, but it's sort of morbid if you think about it. interesting. Also, if you ever want to, if you press F, you can read back through your logs, your previous logs.
The ship I came here in is fried. I have a rescue team on the way. They'll be here in a day's time. Why not? There must be something we can...
Can't go to that dig site. Too much organic life covering it. Also, the camera works really good. Really makes these large, daunting sizes.
You can't make me do that. I won't do it.
Alright. Looks like we're not the only one with a swapper device, given the caption. So now we are on the Thesis space station. We were recently ejected from this by someone else. Also to note, this is not my first time playing through this game. This will be my second. I don't know if it just talked to me. Weird. We want to keep in mind of this location later, as we are seeing it right now. Now, we could always take this elevator like a normal person, but if you want to be a terrible person such as I, you can always just create clones of yourself. Teleport yourself to the bottom, with the expense of your clones' lives. But who really cares about them? I mean, they're not really yourself or anything.
Off-site quarantine procedures engaged.
So I'm assuming they're... Alright, we need one more encryption orbs. Cool stuff. Now, encryption your orbs, if you couldn't tell, are your means to progress throughout the game. You have to collect a certain amount to progress through different areas, depending on the machinery you have to use. Alright, there's our second orb. Now, I think... How many orbs are required here? Exactly 3. Okay, so we still have one more to go. And I think it's in here. Since we locked our clone in there, we can move right as all as well, as much as we want. You have to keep in mind on these puzzles that you move your clone as well when you move yourself. The clone mimics all your movements, and you can use walls to your advantage. So let's say I don't want to move the person I'm currently controlling, but I want to move this guy down here. I just hold against the wall, and bam, there you go. And that ends to a lot of solutions for the puzzle as well. Puzzles to a lot. So we have enough orbs for that console. Well, let's head up here first. I'm really a fan of exploring all my environments. So the only thing in here is some rocks. Now tell us information. But there's also something this game has, and it's a bounty full of secrets. There's exactly 10 in the game, and they happen to be terminal logs that happen to be hidden within walls. Here's our first one. Now, if you're wondering, Theseus happens to be the space station that we're currently walking on. Just FYI. Well, with all the orbs we have, let's activate this console.
Quarantine disengaged.
So now we're allowed to move on to the cargo quarters. Fantastic stuff.
Hold breach in Sector 1. Emergency personnel to waste management.
Now we're in the cargo hold. And if we read this terminal down here, it'll tell us all the stuff it happens to hold. 4 tons of food. Now, if I'm corrected, that lady said it's only they have, I think, a day until they arrive. The rescue team arrives, so we should be fine. Looks like it. So there might be 432 rocks on this place, according to that log. Let's head down to the gardens. Well, I'm not the only one here. Maybe it was that woman on the comm chatter. Who knows? I have a feeling that we want to go up. But we're not going to do so yet. Another cool tip I have to tell you, some parts are hard to swap between people because you don't have much time to react. Or you might feel that way in certain circumstances. But if you hold down the right mouse button, it slows time regardless if you're making yourself a clone. So you can use that time to swap. And also maneuver yourself in midair more easily. It really doesn't break the game because the puzzle mechanics more about clearing your clones in the right places rather than reactionary times. And they give you a lot of leeway time for a lot of these puzzles in regards of clone placements. And there's also multiple ways to solve it. I really like that about this game. Because I don't... Uh-oh. This could be bad. Whew. Barely got out of that one. So now we're flying in place just by killing clones. If that doesn't make you feel bad, what is wrong with you? Another secret terminal. I believe this is the second one. Yep. So yeah, there's multiple ways to solve puzzles, and I really like that because, in a way, it gives you a broad spectrum of how you can handle situations. I think I already went in there. Yeah, we're done with the gardens for now. But man, does this place look nice. Up the elevator we go, the unofficial way, of course. Let's go to the greenhouse. Uh-oh. There we go.